Hello everyone, welcome to the first video of Rabbit Rhetoric. Today I am going to be sharing some life-saving tips for O-level world history, which I guarantee will help you get the max marks in your exams, or even get a distinction, like I did. Not only that, some of these study tips can also be used in other subjects. Let's proceed to the first one. Make a study schedule. Most of you might know that the very first thing you should do before opening your books is to make a proper schedule. The way I did it was, I divided the chapters over different weeks, for example the first chapter in the first week, the second chapter for the second week, and so on. This is how I did it, but you all can make your schedule in a way you are comfortable with, and according to your preferences. It's essential to know the syllabus inside out. Break it down into sections and understand what each part requires. Consistency is key, so stick to your schedule as much as possible. A proper schedule would also leave space for other subjects, and would ensure that you properly understand all the material one at a time, instead of simultaneously trying to do all of it at once. The second thing to do is take breaks. You should try not to make it a habit to continuously study for more than 2 hours. Not only would it put a strain on your minds, but would also hinder your concentration and focus, making it impossible for you to absorb the content properly. All that time you would have spent studying would actually be wasted. So try to take proper breaks in between, for example, a 10-minute break after half an hour of study, or for those who can concentrate for a longer time, a 20-minute break after an hour of study. That would make an effective use of your study time. Study smart, not hard. This basically means that instead of groveling for hours at end and learning every single material haphazardly, try to utilize your study time in a smart way. There is a way you can do this, especially in world history. First of all, skim through the chapter to gain a better sense of what the overall content is all about. After that, start from the beginning and try to make questions accordingly. For example, you all know the exam paper is divided into 3 questions, with 4, 6, and 10 marks individual parts. So what you all can do is read thoroughly through the chapter and first mark all the areas from which a 4 marker can be made. Also mark their relevant answers. Do the same for 6 marks and 10 markers. I know it can be a bit difficult to do this for the 10 markers, so there's a different way for that. What you can do is try to make your own questions, and also make use of the end of chapter questions. Write them down in a separate notebook, and write down the points underneath them that would be used to construct your answer. In this way, you can refer back to them when revising for your exam. That leads us to the 4th point, which is to make notes. When you have marked all the answers in your books and made a separate section for the 10 markers and their answer points, the next part is to memorize them all. After that, write down all the answers in a separate notebook. For those with slow handwriting speed, they can only write the specific points in their notes, so that if they refer to them later, they can use them to construct their answers. Writing down what you have learned makes sure that what you have learned would be properly stored in your mind, and there will be less chances of forgetting the content afterwards. This would also make it easy to revise the content later at exam time. Number 5. Increase your writing speed. Writing speed is key. Especially for world history, where long answers matter a lot, it would require a very fast hand writing speed. The time given for the world history paper is 2 hours, with 3 questions. That would mean 40 minutes for each question. Out of those 40 minutes, set 6 to 7 minutes for the 4 marker, 10 to 12 minutes for the 6 marker, and the rest for the 10 marker. Make sure you have more than 20 minutes for the 10 markers. Practice once a week by writing down what you've learned by setting a timer. Practice again and again until you can do it in the specified time. Tip number 6. Answer length matters. Your answer length in your exam matters a lot. I think the most ideal length for the answers is half or 3/4 of a page for the 4 markers, 1 or more than 1 page for the 6 markers, and 3 or more than 3 pages for the 10 markers. If you can write more than that, that's awesome. But make sure that you are actually filling the page with stuff that makes proper sense and is according to the question. Repeated points, irrelevant points, and other nonsensical stuff will not gain you any marks. Last but not least, practice past papers. One of the best ways to prepare is by practicing past papers. This helps you get familiar with the exam format and types of questions asked. Time yourself to improve your speed and accuracy. After completing each paper, review your answers and understand where you can improve. Practice answering questions that require you to explain causes and effects, compare different events, and evaluate historical sources. This will enhance your analytical skills and help you write more insightful answers. Also, learn the structure of the exam and what examiners are looking for. Practice writing essays and structured questions, paying attention to clarity, coherence, and argumentation. Always back up your points with specific evidence. By following these tips and staying dedicated, you'll be well on your way to excelling in your O-level world history exams. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more educational content. See you next time.